Aussies in the NBA, Pro, real quick. Just go through some stats. Dyson Daniels, decent start. 4 points, 4.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal per game. But, 30% from the field and 0 from 3. Hasn't knocked a 3 down yet. And we spoke about that. He's going to knock one of those down and get more minutes in that rotation. Josh Green, decent week, 9 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 2 steals per game, and 40% from 3. So a very solid week for Josh, obviously being that role player, and got his extension, I think 3 years and the 40 million. So congratulations to him. Joe Ingles, ice cold still, 16.5 minutes, no points yet to score this season in 2 games, 0 for 4 from the field, but did have a decent game assist-wise last game, but ends up finishing with 2.5 rebounds and 3 assists per game over 2. Jock Landale played 1 game, 3 points in 8 minutes, concussion protocol for him, Pro, got a head knock. He's out, I guess, day to day, but didn't play today in their 3rd game, so should play in their 4th, I believe. I spoke to him about it. Doesn't think it's too serious, but they do take that pretty seriously now in the NBA, as they should. They don't let you come back too early. Patty Mills, 0 minutes over 2. Nothing to talk about there. Hasn't played yet. Actually, over 3. They just finished their game against Milwaukee. Didn't even get in garbage time there, unless he gets in the next minute or 2 of that game, which is as we speak. Matisse Thybulle, they're playing right now. They're getting punched by Philly. 3.5 points, 1.4 rebounds, and 1.7 steals. So not great numbers. He's 38 from 3 at the moment. But sorry, that was last season. He was 38 from 3. But yeah, not great numbers at the moment. Josh Giddey, 9 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, 5 assists. Real slow start for Josh Giddey. Not shooting great clips at the moment, but not a lot of ball now with Chad and obviously SGA. So he's going to have to find himself in spurts where he's going to find other ways to get involved. And Pro, we spoke about it last week on Fact or Fake News. Our Aussie of the week is Ben Simmons and Bogues. Call me Bogues, but he had an almost triple-double week. He had 7 points a game, 8.5 assists, 10 rebounds, 1 steal, 1.5 blocks, 50% from the field. But one thing he didn't do, Pro, what was that?
Get to the free throw line?
Correct. So that's still, something that we need to see. And I think, not being negative or casting shade at him, once he gets over that line of getting there and knocking them down consistently, which he didn't really do in the preseason neither, I think the 7 points goes to, 13, 14 potentially. I think he can double his score once he becomes comfortable with getting fouled. One other note, Pro, a lot of those minutes were at the 5 spot. So he's getting a steady diet of playing the 5 in their rotation. Now, Claxton is out hurt. They don't have a lot of bigs. Mm-hmm. Claxton's coming back, and I've seen Jock Vaughan talking about, he got asked about how do you play Ben when Claxton's back? And he said, that's a good question. We need to figure it out because there's a lot of space out there right now with Ben at the 5. So I think you're going to see Ben playing a lot of 5 this season in those small ball lineups, and I think it suits him. It negates his that he's not a jump shooter. But he's had a pretty good start to the week, so it's good to see him out there, Pro. And he gets our first Aussie of the week.
Well, you said that maybe 2 years ago about he'll be better served playing the 5. You were the first guy that I heard say it, and it makes sense. You could be a playmaker out of the short roll, and now I don't think that it'll be interesting if he's in the short roll. How much do teams rotate when they put 2 on the ball, hit him, and he's playmaking? They know that someone's going to have to foul him. You're going to let him shoot that little 15-foot jumper. If he gets to the rim, you foul him. But if you over-rotate to him, he hits the guys in the corners for spot-ups. It'll be interesting, but I think he could be very well served in that, in that situation, because in pick and roll coverage, he'll switch. So someone else will take the big. It ain't going to be him. So it'll be like, it's not like they're going to pound it inside and take advantage of him not being that strong. But
he's quick
I
and,
think he's going to have to play.
Decently strong, Pro. Like, bar maybe Embiid or Jokic, he's quick and strong enough to guard most bigs, right? You've only got a few that are really bulky that are going to back you down and punish you. But I think it's a no-brainer, and I like it. I like what they're doing there. I compare it a little bit to Draymond Green to an extent. Draymond can play the 5 for stretches. There's no reason why Ben Simmons can't. Now, Draymond's a better shooter or more confident and okay getting to the line. So a bit more not afraid to get there. But yeah, it just comes down to Bandit. Like we said, if he knocks down a couple of free throws and then you have him at that 5 spot, you can't just go to the hacker. I think it creates some issues defensively for other teams, especially if Ben's handling in the pick and roll and coming off screens and trying to facilitate for other guys. So it's good to see him start well, and let's hope that continues. But I like the adjustment of having him at the 5. And just a small tidbit, Jack White was taken number 1 in the G League draft after a trade. He ends up with, but he's gone to the Lakers, I believe, in a trade. So Texas drafted him, and he's gone to South Bay, and will be playing for the Lakers. So that's good to see. So he's staying there. From what I understand, Xavier Cooks is not going to be back in the NBL this season. Stranger things have happened, but I believe he's not going to come back. I think he's going to stay in the G League NBA route or potentially go to Europe. So for everyone wondering about that, that's kind of my mail on that.